Hey gang. Well, last Friday, fellow YouTubers, the Horror Addicts, did a video where they did a top 12 countdown of their picks of the worst to best Friday the 13th movies. And of course, worst was number 12, best was number 1. And I actually asked them if it would be okay with them if I did a video response to this and maybe see about getting some of my subscribers and really anybody else who watches this video in on it. And so if you guys want to do a video response, that would be cool. If you guys want to leave a comment down below, well, you can probably go do that on their channel or maybe on this one too. But ultimately, overall, if you want to do a video response to this, you can call it a video response to Horror Addicts Best to Worst Top 12 Friday the 13th movies. Unfortunately for me, I'm going to have to do this as a top 10 because I've only seen part 1 through X. Freddy vs. Jason has been a movie that has been really dabbled in, wondering and asking which universe does it really fall into. Is it a Nightmare on Elm Street sequel? Is it a Friday the 13th sequel? Or is it a movie that really initially stands on its own? So it's kind of hard to tell, but I'm going to leave that one out. And, and the remake, haven't seen it, but hope to pretty soon because I've heard a lot of good things about it. But I'm going to do this as a top 10 worst to best Friday the 13th movies, and I'll explain why. Number 10 is Jason X. Number 9 is Jason Goes to Hell. Number 8 is Jason Takes Manhattan. Don't worry, it's not going to be a 10 is 10, 9 is 9, 8 is 8 kind of thing. But number 7, Part 3 in 3D. Didn't like that one too much. Number 6, A New Beginning. Yeah, right. Number 5, The Final Chapter. Real good one. Number 4 goes to Part 2. Number 3 goes to Part 1. Number 2 goes to Jason Lives. And my favorite of the Friday the 13th series is The New Blood. Awesome movie. Jason takes on a psychic girl and gets his butt kicked so severely. The New Blood, to me, is an amazing movie. Some really good stunt work. And the one scene where Jason flies through the window to get at Tina. I mean, they really made Jason more of a three-dimensional character in that one. Yes, there were some pretty goofy kills in the movie, but ultimately, overall, it's Jason just getting his butt kicked all over the place, and to me, that was a really fun movie. Jason Lives. To me, it was almost like a horror comedy. It's probably the only one in the entire series that what they call self-aware. In fact, there's one part of the movie where the gravedigger in the movie breaks the fourth wall, which is kind of surprising. But there are a lot of humorous moments in the movie, and it's a lot of fun to watch. So it's my second favorite. Part 1. Really amazing effects by Tom Savini, and it's a classic, that just cannot be denied, and it's a really amazing horror movie, and I think to this day it really does some really awesome work. And Part 2 being number 4. Again, another debate over what it is that Jason was wearing on his head. I said for a long, long time it's either a pillowcase or something. It looks like a pillowcase. People said it's a potato sack. And I say, you know what? Let's just be lucky he didn't have a paper bag over his head. They would have called him the Unknown Killer. So some of you might get that joke. The Final Chapter. Brutal movie. I mean, if they were going to go out with that one, I personally I don't see how they could have gone out with something a little bit more brutal than what that movie was, and it was. Even had Marty McFly's dad in the movie, which was kind of surprising too, doing the worst dance. Well, I've been to a lot of drunken parties where people dance worse, but pretty close. I'll give it that much. Now we go to the vibe I really wasn't crazy about. A New Beginning. I don't know. A lot of people complain that a lot of stuff was cut out. That didn't bother me. I think it was just probably that ending. It was pretty stupid, and you can pretty much tell that it's not the real Jason in the movie, and you can pretty much point out who's putting on the mask and all this other stuff. But something that still confuses me, it's like, if it's not the real Jason, how did he put up with so much before? Yeah. Part 3 in 3D. I didn't like it because they advertised the movie like terror's coming at you at the big screen. And what happens? Most of these 3D effects in that movie were so stupid. Popcorn popping. Van driving over an old wooden bridge. Just so much stupidity of the 3D effects in that movie, and it was more idiotic than anything. Jason Takes Manhattan. I was so hyped to see this movie, and then I watched it, and I'm waiting for Jason to get to Manhattan, and then it turns out he's only there for maybe 25, 30 minutes, if even that much. And such a letdown. This to me is the movie that started the downward spiral of the series. You said Jason Takes Manhattan. No. I'm not even sure if Jason really... I think Jason was in Manhattan for a few shots, but most of it was done in Vancouver, so... Maybe that's where the Horror Addicts got that idea for Canadian Jason. We should ask him sometime. Jason Goes to Hell, a movie I was really, really hyped up for and then ultimately disappointed with. It's really a movie that you pretty much know what's going to happen in the title, and then the next thing you know, it's like, it's a body jumper movie. Boy, this was a complete waste of time. But the one that disappointed me the most had to be Jason X, because Jason evil gets an upgrade. Jason goes into space. Well, at least he got two of those things right. Jason was in space for most of the movie, and he got an upgrade about the last 20 minutes of the movie. I remember when some friends of mine were renting it after it came out on video, and a buddy of theirs called him up and said, Halloween Resurrection's a whole lot better. No, it wasn't. That one's pretty bad too, but between the two of them, I could probably put up with Resurrection more than I could Jason X. But there you guys have it, my picks, my top 10 worst to best in the Friday the 13th series. And I hope to see the remake one of these days, and maybe do a top 12 one of these days, and really put them in their place. Well, if I can ever get a good solid argument to convince me that Freddy vs. Jason is where it is, I just say it's a standalone movie, and I just kind of left it off this list. But I don't know. What do you guys think? But again, if you want to do a video response, that's cool. But make sure it's to the Horror Addicts. And please go subscribe to them. I'll have the name of the title of this video, of course. They're like this close to 3,000 subs, and I really hope I can help them get them there. And so I'm going to do what I can to help them get them there, because they've been a big help getting this channel growing and everything like that, just like a lot of you guys have. And I really appreciate all of you guys who keep this channel going and growing. And I guess that's about it, because these shades are starting to fog up pretty bad, because my every time I keep going, they fog up. Anyway, but yeah, please go check out the Horror Addicts, subscribe to them, and help them get to 3,000 subs. And if you like my videos, feel free to subscribe. But again, as far as this challenge goes, if you want to do a comment down below, if you don't want to do a video response, that's fine, that's cool. You can either leave your comment on here, but I'd like it more if you put it over on the Horror Addicts Worst to Best Friday the 13th Top 12 Countdown. And if I could figure out how to do a link, I'd put it in there and put it in the description below, but don't know how to do that yet, but please go check them out. Go check out their channel and subscribe to them. And let's get them to 3,000 subs, gang. I'm going to get on out of here. Take care of yourselves. Be good. And hope you guys had a pretty awesome Friday the 13th. Because today's Inauguration Day. Yay. See you guys later. Thanks for watching. And as always, stay strong and rock on.